of How to Roam Freely with me, your host Melissa. Today in this last video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on different stuff that we talked about in the previous episode. So if you're here on this episode and you haven't checked out the other ones, what are you doing? Go to episode 1, then come back and chat with me later.
Can you provide some final tips and tricks for new artists that would help them keep records, stay organized, and care for works not sold yet? What are some personal experiences you went through to conclude to your methods?
Here's my take on helping you guys keeping record for your art, staying organized, and caring for your art. Definitely record your process as we said in episode 1. If you haven't, check it out. Definitely do behind the scenes. Bring us, the viewers, the supporters, the future clients into your world. Start a portfolio. You don't need a whole fancy website to start your portfolio. You can start your portfolio by using Instagram, Facebook. You create like a page for a Facebook business page for your artwork, so you can share your artwork and build your portfolio for free on these social media platforms. And once you start gaining more clients and you start doing more work, definitely look to invest into building a website. And to build a website, I would suggest Format and Squarespace. These are two great platforms to build a website for creatives. The next thing is, after you build your portfolio and start recording your process and everything, you have to start being mindful of your image composition or your artwork composition. Like, does these two colors merge well together? Does this angle and this sliding works well for your subject? Definitely another important thing to remember is to put yourself out there. These social media platforms, they're free for your use. So definitely create work, create content, put it out there. Be interactive with your followers and supporters. Like, make your page interesting for when someone just like happen to stumble upon it. They want to learn more. They want to work with you. When it comes to print, definitely remember, glossy prints are high maintenance, but they are very, very great for portrait images, landscape images, but remember, they're high maintenance, but they're still great. Then we have the clothing. So if you're putting your artwork on clothing, be mindful of the BPI, be mindful of how big your art is on the shirt, whether it's a small, large, extra large, XX large. Like, be mindful of these little things. And also remember, when you are getting merch, definitely get a sample. Order a sample of the merch. So in your budget, in your merch or clothing budget, make sure you have budget to get a sample, to get a feel for the material, get a feel of how your image or artwork looks on that shirt. And also, I definitely recommend matte prints for different type of artwork. So if you're a painter and you paint on canvas and you take a picture and you want your customer to have an artwork that has the same feel as the canvas, make sure you print on matte, because matte print is very good for vibrant and beautiful images, or any images that comes from canvas to the matte, or a digital image that you transfer to matte. Another thing is, if you are someone that is really into prints and that is doing or going into a lot of exhibit, or just like to show your work on prints, make sure you invest into getting a portfolio bag, because you can use a portfolio bag to store your work, to take care of your work, and to make sure no damages happened to your work. So definitely look to invest into a good portfolio bag. And another thing is, definitely be mindful of where you're storing your prints. So if like I said in the previous episode, use what you have. If you don't have a studio and your house is basically your workplace, use your sofa, use your bed. If you are someone that gets your prints in the cylinder packaging, once you take it out, put it under a sofa, put it under your bed so it could get flattened out and your work stays safe and nice and flat. Definitely be mindful on how you're storing and taking care of different prints. Like I said before, we have gloss, matte, semi-gloss, prints on wood, prints on metal, prints on clothing. So all these different prints, there's different ways to take care of them. So definitely go crazy, have fun, get all these different prints, but be mindful of how you're storing and taking care of them. The last and most important point. I know us creative, our minds is everywhere. We think about a million things at a time and we have a bunch of ideas that just hit us. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I be sleeping and it's 2 a.m. I'm like, wait, hold up. I have this great idea and I have to get up to write it down or to start working on whatever idea I got in my mind at that same time. So this is where being organized creatively and being organized on the business side also is very important. Make sure it's not just about storing your print, taking care of your images. Yes, this is all great, but your business will not thrive if you're not organized in the business side. Because at the end of the day, yes, you guys, we are creative, but we're not out here to be starving creative because we don't do that over here. So we want to have a successful business, whether it's small now and maybe you're on year 3 and you're still small, but remember, stuff doesn't happen overnight, but you always still have to stay organized because you never know if you ever get that big client, but your customer service is terrible, you don't know how to communicate, or you're not organized. Yes, your work is great, fabulous, but you will not be able to keep that client or keep more client if you're not organized and if you don't have a process. So definitely use the Microsoft apps such as Excel, Word, OneNote to keep a track of your notes. The Apple applications that you could also use for notes. You could either write your ideas and information on a piece of paper, but make sure like you get a binder or a specific book specifically for your business. So write down everything, like your schedule, client schedule, your schedule, client schedules. Let's say you're collaborating with somebody, make sure you write that down. And always, if you have a transaction with somebody, whether it is for your creative purposes, you're collaborating with other creatives, or you're working with a client, make sure you have everything in writing. Get an agreement, get a contract. You know, it's very easy. Just go on Google, write contract for artists or contract for whatever medium you work with, and have a lawyer look it over, and they have those online too. You could talk to somebody to look it over to tell you if this is correct and everything. And you have that, and you give that person that agreement or that contract, so everything is in writing and nothing gets confused. Because once it's in writing, it's not gonna get switched, and people are not gonna put words in your mouth and say, "Oh, you told me this, you told me that." No, I didn't. And if you have a question, go to the contract. Like, you have to put everything on that contract so that person can refer back and not tell you, "Oh, you did not tell me this, you did not tell me that," or "This was not in the contract and this was in the contract," type of thing. Stay organized when it comes to your artwork, and also stay organized with the business side. Thank you so much for tuning in on the first season of How to Roam Freely. Make sure you check out all the previous videos. Thank you for watching all the videos. You made it to the end. That means you're the real MVP, and now you automatically have to stay connected with me and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and follow me on the gram. See Image Photography with an I at the end, we're gonna have it in the description bar or somewhere on the screen. And also check out my work on www.melissabstudios.com. And if you want to get in contact with me, the best way is to go to the website. Like I said before, you gotta stay organized. Everything is on the website. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share these videos. And if you need to know anything about what We Roam Freely does, make sure you subscribe to their newsletter and mailing list. All the links will be down below, so get connected with them. Like, if you're creative and if you're a woman creative, make sure you get connected with these wonderful people. They have a wonderful staff, great people, so definitely check them out. All the links, social media, website, everything is going to be in the description bar below, so make sure you check them out. Bye.